I know how you edit. I know the technology. I know what you're able to do. Hello all. It's me, Blake. I come bearing grim news. This is one of those podcasts where some words are mentioned and they are gross words. So if you don't like gross words and gross things, we're going to edit in like a trigger warning and you should like fast forward. But other than that, it's a great episode. So here we go.
Hey, and welcome to Old for My Age with Cassie, who is me, Cassie, where we talk about the lighter things, some deeper topics, have a snack, and a laugh in between. This week, our guest is Kaylee. Say hi, Kaylee.
Hi.
She's super excited to be here, and we're even more excited to have her. So I guess I just wanted to open the gates to you to talk about how we know each other and why you're here.
Well, we know each other from Savannah, and I know Savannah from Parker, and Parker knows Savannah from Angelica, and I'm Parker's girlfriend.
Yeah. So basically, it's a big spider web at this point. There's how many of us in this room right now?
Like
8, yeah, minus Jenna and Logan. So there's a total.
You mean the same person?
The same person. So 8 of us chilling in this room right now. 2 of us are actually working and being valid members of society. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. So why don't you go ahead and maybe introduce yourself? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, well, I'm Kaylee.
Woo! Smoking.
I'm 24 years old. I don't really have any hobbies besides hanging out with my friends and my boyfriend.
Fair enough.
Smoking.
I'm an assistant grocery manager at a grocery store.
Do you have any siblings?
I have an older sister and a little sister.
What's it like being the middle child?
It's great.
Really?
Yeah.
Not a lot of people would say that, I don't think.
I'm like the favorite.
What makes you the favorite? Or better question, what makes you think you're the favorite?
Because my mom said it.
Oh, fair enough. Why are you the favorite?
I don't know. Probably because, like, I feel like I help my mom out a lot. Mm-hmm. I'm probably, like, more caring and tender towards her. We're both cancers, too. So that brings us really close. So.
What are the age differences?
We're all 4 years apart.
Oh, wow.
So my mom had my older sister at 20, me at 24, and my little sister at 28.
I feel like that's the perfect way to do it because right as you were about to have another one, you can finally stick that one into school. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I think that's how she was thinking, too. Like, my older sister really took care of me a lot while my mom was, like, at work or something. So, I mean, I think that was her thought process as well.
Yeah, right. I mean, that doesn't sound like a bad way to do it. What's it like growing up with 2 sisters? I only had 1, so.
I mean, it's really great. They're my best friends.
Aww.
So.
That's so sweet.
Yeah.
They're both local here, right?
Mm-hmm. No. Yeah. My sister lives in Seminole, and then my older sister lives in Seminole, and my little sister, I still live with her.
Nice. And you're an aunt, too, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Tell me about that.
I have 2 nieces and a nephew. They are my whole world.
Are they all from your older sister?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah. My oldest niece is turning 5 in October. My nephew just turned 2. Oh. And then my baby niece, just turned 5 months yesterday.
Oh, a fresh one.
Yeah.
A fresh baby. There's nothing better.
Oh, definitely not.
You said you like to spend a lot of time with your family, right?
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys usually do together?
Sit in a room and talk and watch TV and watch the kids play, yell at each other. Not much.
Sounds like a lot.
People,
I feel like that's exciting. I feel like as long as you're having fun and you're being safe, there's nothing wrong with it. Mm-hmm. So you work as an assistant manager right now. Mm-hmm. Not for very much longer.
No.
By the time this comes out, I think you might be done. Yeah.
Yeah, I will be.
That's exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Are you looking forward to your new job?
I am. I'm so excited.
Okay, I'm going to ask you 2 questions.
Okay.
First question is, if you could pick any job at all that you could do, money wasn't an option, what would you do?
I'd be a hairdresser.
Interesting. You know, I feel like there's a stereotype around being a hairdresser or working in any type of the beauty industry, you know, nail technician, esthetician. That's not right? Okay. I have a hard time with that word. That they don't make a lot of money, but I don't think that's true anymore.
Oh, definitely
I
not.
don't think that's true. I mean, the esthetician that I will occasionally go to get waxed. Listen, I had a conversation with her about this. She has no overhead. She charges, I think it's $58 for a wax.
Wow.
She doesn't have to pay an employee. Her materials are wax and the little tongue compressors, the little sticks, right? And then the rest is profit, and it goes into, well, after her bills are paid, of course. But
does she have her own place, or does she have like a loft?
She has her own place. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Good for her, I love to see it. I kind of combined my two questions, but I'll rephrase the second one. If you had $1 billion and you didn't have to work, what would you do with your time?
I want to say travel, but honestly, I don't really think I'd care to.
I don't think you realize how similar we are. And each time we spend time together, I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
We really are so similar. I mean, honestly, it's easy for me to say this now because I'm not in that position, but if I were a billionaire and I didn't have to work, I'm pretty sure I would still work because I enjoy having that structure and having a schedule. Maybe it's the Virgo in me. I don't know. Also, if I did have all that money, I wouldn't keep it to myself.
Oh, definitely not. Everyone would get something.
Oh, yeah. It would go to my family, my friends, my community. It would probably be gone almost as soon as I got it. And that wouldn't bother me as long as
everyone's happy
I
and
took
I'm
care
happy.
of the people around me. And,
So true.
I used that money for good. I really don't think that there's anything wrong with that.
Agreed.
But I think about that scenario a lot for someone who doesn't play the lottery or isn't working a job that will get me to that point. But
I know, that's something me and Parker talk about a lot. Like, if we had $1 million, what would we do with it?
There's a YouTuber, I think his name is Mr. Beast. That's one of the people, right? I watched a video the other day and they were walking around Walmart and
oh my gosh, I think I saw
did
this
you see
video.
that where he was like, I'm going to give you an option. I'm going to give either you $1,000 or you can choose to pass $10,000 along to the next person.
Yep.
I guess I was just shocked as to how many people took the $1,000
right?
because if I knew that there was someone walking around Walmart that I could give $10,000 to, chances are that person would really need it and that would make their life so much better than $1,000 would make mine. If that makes sense.
Like $1,000 would be gone.
Yeah, right. It's not saying that $1,000 isn't a lot of money, but I would much rather give that to someone else. I mean, that's a life-changing amount of money.
Oh yeah.
Well, in the end, the person that did choose to give the $10,000
also
got
the
$10,000, which I think is so special. Like,
oh yeah,
that's the person who deserves it.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
But yeah, I've been watching a lot of videos like that, or just the social experiment ones. They get me. I don't know. It's very interesting because if you don't have to work a customer service job, or if you're not working with the public like that all the time, then I feel like you lose a sense of humanity, or like how to gauge people, if that makes sense. I don't know.
Yeah.
Are you looking forward to your new job role?
Yes.
What are you looking forward to the most?
Probably just working from home.
Is it full-time working from home, or like a hybrid?
No, it's full-time. So it's Monday through Friday. And then they basically said that I get to like kind of make my own schedule.
Wow.
Like, it would obviously be like still a 40-hour week. So like I would still work like 8 to 5, 7 to 4, but I could make it my own time.
That's really nice.
So
and you get to have
flexible.
Weekends off.
I know.
Something that you haven't had for
probably since I was in high school, to be honest with you, because I've been working since I was 14. So
me too. Did you start at the grocery store? No, you didn't.
I started at my grandparents' restaurant.
Oh, nice. That's really nice.
So they owned restaurants around the area, and I would just work for them.
Nice. So you told a story earlier that I guess I'm going to make you repeat. But trigger warning to anyone who does not like throw up, vomit, whatever. I'm going to suggest you skip through the next couple minutes. But I'm gonna give this one to you. Go ahead.
Okay. So me and my boyfriend were watching a movie, and it was a funny movie. So I was eating popcorn while we were watching it, and I go to laugh at something, and I guess I had a whole piece of popcorn in my mouth, and when I breathed in to laugh, it like got stuck in my throat, and I couldn't breathe. And I was like gasping for air. and my boyfriend just laying in the bed. And I'm trying to get his attention, like gagging, and then I go out and I just look at him with my eyes real big because I couldn't even talk because like my breath was just gone.
That's so scary.
It was like tears were just coming out of my eyes. It was literally the scariest thing ever. He thinks I'm being dramatic, but he even said he thought he was gonna have to give me the Heimlich. Like,
he probably should have.
He probably should have, but he was just standing there patting my back while I'm gagging over the sink.
Ugh.
And then finally, like, I don't know what happens, but like I just start throwing up. And it made me feel better. And then I go turn around to walk out of the bathroom and I feel more throw up coming. And then I just like projectile vomited all over the bathroom. He cleaned it up. He was so nice.
So it's like -1 for not giving the Heimlich, but then +1 for cleaning the bathroom. So you're at
and plus like 5 because he ran me a bubble bath after.
Okay.
So I could relax.
Okay, you're doing okay there at about a 5 points, room for growth, but could be worse.
But it was really, I've never experienced anything like that before. Like I literally was like,
so now are you afraid to eat your favorite food?
I don't know. He thinks I'm going to be
flaming hot.
We'll see.
Popcorn.
He hopes I won't eat it, but it's my favorite.
It's your favorite thing. I know. You told me. I used to eat Flaming Hot Cheetos all the time. Mm-hmm. I just feel like it ruined my stomach. I don't know. Or maybe the fact that I don't have a gallbladder anymore. Something about it. They just don't sit right with me. So it's a danger of food.
That's literally everything I threw up. Like it was all red. Like it was gross. Honestly, but it was like all of the popcorn I had eaten.
Oh, that's scary. Well, I'm glad that you're okay, though. I hope that never happens again. I hope Parker is a little bit more observant next time if that does happen again. So I recently went to New York City for a concert for my birthday, and it was a wonderful, fabulous experience. It was very quick. Very quick, flew in Monday, got there at 11 a.m. on Monday-ish. No, wait, that's when I flew out. So I got there at like 2. And then we got home. We were home at like 1 p.m. on Wednesday. So very quick.
Oh, yeah.
And I got to spend time with my friend Carly, who, oh my gosh, it's impossible to not have fun with her. And met up with my friend Brandon, so super great. Well, neither of us have really been to this city as an adult before. And we were not about to spend $60 on an Uber from the airport to our hotel. Like, it was crazy. So we were like, we can figure this out. Let's take the bus. So we just get on a random bus that Carly was like, this is the right bus. So we get on it, and it was not one of the specific like airport to, inner city ones. It was just a regular bus. I'm pretty sure we ended up in Queens. I don't even know where we were. I guess the airport is by Queens. I don't know. If you're from New York, please don't fact check me right now. So we're on this bus. It's crammed. I have my mask on, but I'm thinking to myself, like, this is where COVID originated. It's right here on this bus. There's so many people. Everyone is like breathing on me. It's just not my best life.
Yeah.
So Carly starts talking to this random person on the bus, and they're telling us their whole life story, growing up in New York, whatever. And they're like, yeah, you need to get off at this exit. And then you'll take the subway, and that's how you'll get to the hotel, blah, blah, blah. So I'm thinking to myself, like, should we really be telling this stranger where we're going?
Yeah.
We were very vague about it, but should we really be listening out what stop to get out?
Yeah.
Because what if they call someone and they're like, hey, there's these 2 women who have no idea where they're going.
Exactly.
And then they adult nap us. Well, we did it anyways. We're like, whatever. So we finally figure out how to get on the subway, to take the subway to get to Times Square. We're waiting. And then there's this man. It's just typical subway behavior. This man yelling, screaming, throwing stuff, saying that he hates tourists. And here I am with my Mickey Mouse suitcase that my mom lent me, and Carly's got her duffel bag on, and we're obviously tourists. So he gets on the subway before us, and we're like, dragging all of our luggage on, and I'm walking past him after he sits down, and he like grabs my butt, and then we get to the other side of the subway, and it took me a minute to realize, like, but I saw the hand go up, and then I felt it, and I was like, Carla, I think that man just grabbed my butt. Like, I don't know. I mean, it seemed very intentional to me, so probably was. But the weird thing is, it wasn't like, and I guess saying grab, it might not be the right term. It wasn't even a slap. It was like a tap. I don't know. It was so weird. I mean, and that stuff happens on public transportation to women, which is not okay. But if I were not a tourist and in a different state of mind, I might have slapped him. Who knows? But in that state of mind, I was just so worried because have you been to New York City before? Have you ever ridden on any type of subway or train like that?
No.
They give you like 15 seconds. It stops. The doors open. You have a very short window to get on with all your body parts and your stuff. And then the doors close. So that's all I was thinking about was, okay, I have my suitcase, I have my backpack, I need to make it on the train. Yeah. And I did, but at the expense of my butt, I guess. But other than that, it was a great uneventful trip, other than me getting COVID for the first time in 2.5 years or however long it's been. But I would do it again. I would.
Well, that's great. How was COVID?
What did you say? How was it?
COVID?
It really wasn't bad for me.
That's good.
I feel like other people have it worse, and I'm just grateful for the opportunity to have been vaccinated because I can't imagine what it was like for those who weren't and got it, in the early months of COVID. But I really wasn't down too much. I've definitely been sicker. I was a sick kid. Like,
really?
Yeah. I really was. I think the worst part about getting COVID was that we had to cancel my birthday party, but I've had experience with that because when I was 7 years old, I was supposed to have a birthday party at Super Skate, this, skating rink over here. It no longer exists.
I know.
And I got sick and hospitalized for days.
Oh, gosh.
And my parents were struggling to, they call everyone, say that the party was canceled, but my dad still ended up showing up to tell everyone who showed up that the party was canceled. People showed up, and then I'm pretty sure a few of them still went and skated, so I missed my 7th birthday.
Oh no, we're gonna have
but at least someone got to roller skate. True. It was so funny. But yeah, I was supposed to go to Key West this weekend, but that got canceled, unfortunately, because my Logan's uncle passed away. So we're going up to New York this weekend, and it's a very bittersweet thing. I mean, it's nice to be able to see all of the family and be around all of them, but of course, sad to see one of them go. Yeah. I don't know. I've just been chilling and killing, really. Just working and twerking. I don't know. Let's do the couples questions. Okay. So I gave you and Parker the opportunity to redeem yourselves, although he did pretty okay. I really can't remember.
I think he only got like 1.
So he actually did have 4 out of 5. Oh,
yeah. He got like 1 wrong.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm caught up. If anyone wants to pause and then go listen to Parker's episode right now, go ahead. It's a fun time. Okay. I asked Parker what his favorite color is. What do you think his answer was?
Blue.
Great job. That one's correct. And I asked what his favorite movie of all time is.
So this was a hard one because he has a lot of favorite movies. But I put either Step Brothers or Other Guys.
Well, that was so not close, but great effort. He did write Star Wars, in parentheses, New Hope, and then, but she won't know the answer to that. So I don't know whether to give you a point for that.
But those are not his favorite movies. I know that for a fact.
Sources say otherwise, but I asked him what his favorite TV or movie villain, or who his favorite TV or movie villain was.
So this one was hard for me too because he's never talked about this before. I didn't even know he had a favorite villain, but I said Michael Myers. Oof. And that's wrong again.
He said Vecna.
Yeah.
Vecna from Stranger Things,
I
also
guess I
known
would
as
say
number 1.
That or Darth Vader. But I like Darth Vader. He doesn't. Yes.
This one is an easy one. What
Yes.
his favorite sport
Chicken.
was.
Oh.
Chicken, man.
I thought you were going to say his favorite, or what his last meal would be. Chicken.
What is his favorite sport to watch?
Baseball. I know that one.
Easy, yeah. +1. What would you pick for your last meal is what I asked him. What do you think his response was?
Chicken.
He said steak or Chick-fil-A.
You never eat steak.
That's why I want it to be my last meal. Think about it.
But you'd want your favorite to be your last.
Go out on
That's
a
a
bang.
stereotype.
I guess it depends on what the budget is. If someone else is paying for my last meal.
It's your last meal. I feel like that's not a
Yeah, I
budget.
guess. But like Chick-fil-A, how do you go from steak to Chick-fil-A?
The assumption isn't that they're in prison. It's just the last meal that they're ever going to eat.
I've always interpreted you are about to get in the chair.
You're on death
And
row.
what are they going to clean up off the floor when you're done?
Oi.
What?
Well, diving in to the deeper side, one of the topics that we wanted to talk about today was kind of how you grew up. You talked a little bit about your family, but you did not grow up with the father figure in your life, is my understanding, right?
No.
Okay. How was that?
It was fine. I mean, my mom raised all 3 of us. I think we all turned out pretty great.
Now, do you all 3 have the same father?
Me and my little sister do. My older sister doesn't.
Okay.
But it's gonna sound really messed up. But we all took my older sister's dad's last name, so that we would all have the same name going to school.
There's nothing wrong with that.
That's just the way my mom wanted it, because she did marry my older sister's dad.
Oh, okay,
So
yeah.
my mom's last name is that name, and she never changed it back after divorcing
Oh, that
him.
makes sense.
So
yeah.
she just wanted us all to have the same last name.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
I know my dad wasn't too happy about it, but I don't really care.
Oh, yeah, well,
It's really none of his concern.
sometimes people don't get to have opinions on things
He
like
picked
that.
my middle name.
Well, there you go. What does your dad do now?
I actually don't know. I assume he works in a field, not to be racist.
I don't think
Well,
I
he's
don't
in
think that's
Mexico.
racist if you're the one saying it.
Yeah,
I
guess
don't
you're right.
know.
So he lives in Mexico. I haven't talked to him in probably like 2 or 3 years, maybe 4.
Oh, wow.
It was when I first started dating Parker. He was like trying to call and stuff, but I ended up blocking him on Facebook.
Wow.
Because
It just ended on bad terms, huh?
Yeah. I mean, so my dad was an alcoholic, or is an alcoholic.
Yeah.
So he left when I was 7 to like get help from his family, as he says, but
Meaning go back to Mexico?
with his mom and
Okay.
dad. But he went back to Mexico and like had a whole new family.
Gasp.
Yeah. So, and I didn't even know about her until I started hanging out with my uncles, and I thought she was my cousin. And then they ended up telling me, no, that's your sister. And I was like, oh, well, that's embarrassing. But whatever.
How old is she?
Oh my gosh, what? That was like 4 or 5 years ago when I met my grandparents, maybe 6. She was like 8 years old then. So what? She probably has to be like a teenager
Wow.
now. Yeah.
So was this in Mexico?
No, I met, because my uncles still live down here. And my grandparents on my dad's side came down to visit the whole family.
Oh, okay.
Because my dad is the only one that lives up there now.
Oh, gotcha.
All of my uncles live here.
Here.
And they've lived here since I was a little girl, because they all used to live in the same house together behind one of my grandparents' restaurants.
And they're here. Your grandparents are here now?
No, not my Mexican ones. My
Oh,
grandma
gotcha.
passed away a few years ago. I only met her one time, so it didn't really bother me per se, but I think my grandfather's still alive. I honestly don't know.
Do you have any contact with any of your dad's family still?
My uncle and my cousins, yeah.
That's
I'll go to like
nice.
quinces with them and stuff sometimes, or like sometimes we'll go out to eat, but I try to keep that part of my life not in my life.
I get that.
Because it's just a lot to deal with my dad, because like my dad obviously doesn't have like a green card or anything to come down here.
Yeah.
Because it costs money. So, like, when I went to meet my grandparents, they've asked me for money to get him a green card. And I mean, it's probably been since I was 7 years old, since he's even told me happy birthday. Like, even when we were friends on Facebook. So it's like, why am I going to give you money to come down here when you don't even tell me happy birthday? You probably don't even know how old I am.
That's true. But he and your mom were never married? They were just
they were
dating? Or
Yeah, they were together for a really long time. My mom was like, I mean, she even admits it to this day. Like, she was so in love with him. Like, she really thought she was going to spend the rest of her life with him. But then he just got really bad with alcohol and cheating on her and stuff. And she actually left him 9 months pregnant with my little sister and moved out on her own with all of us. And
so one on the way, 2 daughters. Wow.
And he was like a dad to my older sister. Like, they were super close. I was really close with him too. Like, I remember times like of us being together and everything, but it is what it is, really.
Do you think,
I don't know.
Do you remember any of the time where he was battling with the alcoholism, or is that pretty much?
Yeah. I mean, I was young, but there are like bits and pieces that I remember. There are good and bad. There was one time where we went to go meet him, like to go see him and talk to him while he was actually in jail.
Wow.
And he was like,
so he was arrested here?
Mm-hmm. I think at that point, maybe he had a green card. I honestly don't know, because I was so young. My mom never really like talked about that stuff with me. But he was like battling with alcohol while he was in jail, and like
probably withdrawing a little bit.
Yeah, like I couldn't even have a conversation with him. Like, I just remember him thinking that there were just like bugs on the ground around him, and he was trying to stomp them, and he was just freaking out. Like,
that must have been so scary.
And my mom had to like take us away from the screen, and they had to take him out of the room because it was just on a screen where we got like, because that's how the Pinellas County jail is, because he wasn't in like a prison. He was just in the, I mean, I guess there's not a difference, but like in a prison you can actually see face to face. Yeah. In the jail you have to talk over the screen. So that's just what it was. But then I remember like him getting out, and we actually went and played soccer together. And it was like one of the best memories I have with him that like I actually remember.
Yeah. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
But it sounds like your mom is a really strong woman.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you have to be a strong woman to get out of a situation like that. Not that anyone who's staying in a situation like that is weak. I'm just saying it takes strength. And then on top of that, having 2 kids and then, about to pop and give birth, like, I can't even imagine.
Yeah, she's really strong. It's hard to explain. I mean, she's been through a lot in her life, so.
Well, good for her. I mean, I'm glad that you continue to be a support system for her, but that she continues to be a support system for you, because I think that's one of the best things that a person can have.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. All we got is each other, so.
It sounds like it also made you stronger, too. Now, how has that affected your relationship with others, like specifically men? Do you think that it has had effect on how you have interpersonal relationship with men around you?
Not me. I think my mom and my little sister, yes, but not me as much. I mean, maybe this is why though. Like, I've always wanted a good, healthy relationship. I mean, my last boyfriend, I was with him from 7th grade to my senior year of high school.
Oh, wow.
Like, we were best friends before that. So, I mean, he just turned out to be a POS, but
as they
can't
do.
always pick them. But then I met Parker. I mean, I was single for like 5 years before I met Parker.
Yeah. What about Parker, like, enticed you? Because you two are very different. It's funny because
opposite.
It's like Logan and I, very different in a lot of ways. So it's refreshing to see.
He was just so energetic and funny and always happy. And like, I wasn't not happy, but I don't know. He just made me happy.
Yeah.
Just, he was always trying to make everyone happy. That's just who he is. Yeah. But like, that's what drew me to him, that he just always wanted everyone to be happy, and he was happy.
When did you know that it was going to stick? Like, you two were in it together for the long haul?
That's a hard question, because when I started with him, I did not want a relationship. I just wanted a friendship. And we went to dinner one night, and he just told me that he liked me. And it scared me. And I was like, that's fine, but I don't want a relationship. So I don't know what to do in this situation. And then we just hung out. I mean, we just hung out for like 3 months just driving around talking. Like, he never tried anything. He never even tried to hold my hand. Like, he would just let me be like just my awkward self. And it was like he waited for me to be ready to be in a relationship, because it took me a while to get over my last relationship.
Oh, I mean, I can imagine being together for that long.
Yeah. I mean,
those are very important formative years. So I can only imagine.
Oh, yeah.
So when you were ready, were you the one who made the first move to be like, hey, I'm letting you know that this is okay. You can hold my hand. You can kiss me. You can hug me.
So, yeah, we kind of started that like a couple months after like us actually like driving and getting to know each other. But like I still didn't want the title. Like I just wanted us to just be ourselves and not have to stress about anything. Yeah.
It's just a little fling.
But then we went to his uncle's house for Halloween. We just got back home and we were just laying in bed and I was like, okay, I'm ready to be boyfriend and girlfriend. Aww. And then that was it. Like, he didn't ask me out or anything. I didn't want him to.
Yeah.
I didn't really care, to be honest with you. Like, I just wanted a relationship with him.
It sounds like if it was up to him, it would have been day one.
Oh,
like-
yeah. Oh, yeah. Probably the moment he asked me to the Stranger Things party, walking me out to my car, he probably would have been like, so do you want to be my girlfriend?
Pretty sure he told us.
Yeah.
You were his girlfriend.
Yeah.
You were basically.
No. I mean,
You were also his boss.
Yeah.
I feel like that.
Yeah. That didn't help that I was his boss. Like,
drama.
It brought a lot of stress to our relationship because we had to hide it from people. I didn't want to lose my job. I didn't know what would happen if people would have found out. So we hid our relationship like for about 3 or 4 months.
Wow. After if it was official or before it was official?
Both.
Wow.
Like during that whole time, yeah. No one knew except for them and then my family. And then we only told a couple people at work.
But then he changed stores and you were...
I actually changed stores.
Oh, you changed stores. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
I ended up leaving and a couple managers like bombarded him and was like, are you dating Kaylee? And
he can't
not
lie.
A good liar.
Yeah.
So he ended up turning beet red and... admitted it all.
I can imagine. Well, I guess the last note on the Parker portion of this podcast is you were here when we recorded Parker's podcast, and I think I was the only person not crying in the room at one point.
Yeah.
It was some pretty heavy stuff. How has that aspect of Parker's life affected you?
Honestly, I never, when he told me that stuff, because I mean he told me that stuff in the beginning of our relationship.
Well, that's
like
good.
It wasn't like we didn't hide anything from each other. Like when we were driving around, like we told each other everything about our lives. Like, because that's all we did. Like we were just driving and talking. Driving and talking. So I never judged him. I never made me feel any different about him or that type of situation, but it made me more open to like how people go through things like that, because I never experienced anything like that. I don't really know anyone that's ever experienced anything like that except for him. So it just made me more like, I guess, aware.
That's
awesome.
Be
more aware about stuff like that.
And I'm sure knowing that helps you communicate with him too.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
I mean, it took a while for us to like get our communication down because I'm not a good communicator, but I think we have it pretty good now.
I know it's in my opinion, one of the hardest things about being in a relationship. Now, you guys kind of go back and forth about living with each other, right?
I mean, he basically lives with me. He's at my house 7 days of the week.
The only reason why I was bringing that up was because I know that when Logan and I first dated, we kind of did like a semi-long distance thing for the first year. And then right at our 1 year anniversary was when we had moved in together and moved away from all of our family. And it was one of the hardest things I've ever done, figuring out how to communicate and living together and, you know, doing all of that. But it ended up working out. I guess, maybe.
I don't know. Like we've been attached, I feel like, since like the beginning. Like even when we were driving around, like there were nights where we would just park and we would just fall asleep in his truck, and then we'd wake up at like 5
I
in the
feel like
morning.
That's so romantic.
Like My mom would be blowing up my phone at 4 or 5 in the morning saying like, where are you? And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. We fell asleep in his truck. Like, we weren't even keeping track
That's
of
a
time.
level of comfort that can't be matched.
Mm-hmm. And even just like sleeping like in the same bed together, like it was never awkward. We were just so, I guess, close already that it just made it so much more comfortable for us to like actually be together. And
well, there's a bit of like back and forth going on right now on TikTok, on the internet, about women sharing their stories of, hey, you need to live with someone before you marry them. Or other people are like, no, you should not live together before you're married. You should work that out as a married couple. And I guess I can say I kind of see both sides, but if I'm being honest, I just find it so hard to believe that, like, not hard to believe, but hard to imagine not living with someone before getting married, because it is such a hard process. But on the other side of that, I can understand why people say the first year of marriage is the hardest if they haven't lived together, because that was such a hard time for Logan and I. So you guys
had to learn everything about each other. And I don't know. We don't really, we don't really care to get married. Like, we know we're going to be together forever. Like, that is our goal anyways. Marriage is something that we want to do after the fact that, like, we have everything that we want in life. So it's not really something that, like, we're, like, obviously I would love to marry him and put on a wedding dress and whatnot, but, like, it's not something that we really, like, push on, you know? Because, I mean, we know we want to be together, so.
And I get that. And I used to think that too before Logan and I got married. And I always, there's the argument, oh, it's just a piece of paper. It's just a piece of paper. Which, I mean, when we were together and dating and living together on our own, I was like, we're already married. I know, like, our money is together. Like, what's the difference? And I still feel that way. Like, I still feel like that's very valid. But then I watched this TikTok video of a woman. They were engaged and her husband, or her fiance, I'm sorry, got into a car accident. And because they weren't married, his mother got to make all of the medical decisions for him. And because it was COVID times, she was the only one allowed to visit him in the hospital. And she couldn't the woman in the TikTok video couldn't access any of the financial information because they weren't married. That was when I could see the argument of it's not just a piece of paper. Sometimes it's important to have that backup plan, but there's other ways of establishing that backup plan. So
that's true. Yeah, I get that part. I mean, hopefully nothing like that ever. I mean, it's already kind of happened to me, but I mean, I was only in the hospital for a few hours, so it didn't really matter. Yeah. But I don't know.
Just something to think about, you know?
Yeah. We don't never not want to get married, but it's just not something that's like on the top of our list.
Yeah. Well, on to happy stuff. I think it's time to do the Muppet.
Wow. Nice catch.
All right. I almost opened it. So I'm going to hand you this Muppet, as I already did. And you get to guess which one you think it is. Why do I keep itching my ear? And if you get it right...
You get to keep it.
No. You only get to keep it if it's a duplicate. Yeah.
I was like, you're looking at me.
I was trying to think of what I was trying to look at them and think of what I was trying to say.
Wait, do I open it?
Yeah.
The green guy. I don't know what his name is.
Beaker?
Dr. Honeydew.
Not Kermit.
Mr. Honeydew.
Yeah, the green.
The Mr. Dr. Honeydew. Dr. Melon Face? Dr.
You were the resident Muppet expert.
I know, but I still don't have my brain back. It's Dr. Bunsen Honeydew. I was right, guys. Everyone, it's okay.
Oh, that guy.
Oh, his potion thing is supposed to be the other way around.
Wow. So we got another new one. That's how you know it's going to be a good day.
You were very excited about this one.
Guys, I just forgot where I was for a bit. I'm not going to lie. More importantly, I think it's time for a snack attack.
Eat out the pot like a college student.
Yep. I'm going to do this lunch lady style.
So your snack is Velveeta mac and cheese.
Yeah.
God tier mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese is just the best.
Does it taste better if it's shaped macaroni?
No.
Like
What?
like Elbow,
No.
Shells, Paw Patrol, Star Wars.
Oh,
I really didn't think I was going to like this very much, but I think I needed it.
I told you mac and cheese is the best.
8 out of 10, I think. Man, I'm crashing. I'm so tired.
8 out of 10?
Yeah. It's a little cold, so...
It is a little cold. No, it's okay.
Like room temp or cold?
It's cold.
Yeah. It's like a little less than room temp, yeah.
Great job, Josh.
It's good.
It is good.
Parker's the one that brought it in. He could heat it out.
True.
You gotta do it college style.
Yeah.
College style would be
Save on
hot.
dishes.
Put it in the whole
Well, wrapping things up here. I don't know why my words didn't come out just then. I'd like to thank you for your time. Thank you for being here. This was a lot of fun. I'm glad everyone got to come today. It's nice to see everyone. Nice to be seen after
Thank you
having
for
COVID.
having me.
Not a cool, fun, happy-go-lucky time, but it is what it is. I'd like to maybe end this episode a little bit differently than the previous episodes. Usually I like to wish something nice upon, whoever's listening. But I kind of just want to start a conversation about what I'm grateful about. Maybe you can share some things that you're grateful about, and hopefully that'll give someone an opportunity to be reflective on what they're grateful about. So I'm going to just do 3 things.
Okay.
1, I'm grateful that I get to spend time with my family and friends. 2, I'm grateful that I have a roof over my head and, food in my stomach. And 3, I think I'm grateful that I get to learn something new every day.
Okay, well, you said 2 out of 3 of my things I was going to say.
Ditto.
So then I guess my number 3, well, you fall under the family.
She's talking to Parker.
He doesn't like that. You don't. I guess my 3rd thing would be I'm grateful for the new opportunity that is coming up in my life.
That's a great one. Well, if you are listening to this, thank you. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your effort. Thank you for being here with us. I hope you get to think about what you're grateful about today. And I don't know, hug someone or something you love. And we'll see you next week. Toodaloo.
Toodaloo.